welcome to our Disneyland honeymoon planning video featuring Andy and Slinky. So we are heading off on our honeymoon to Disneyland pretty soon, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about like the prep we did, the planning, stuff that went into it, and we'll see what works out, what doesn't work out as our trip goes underway. Thank you for cleaning me, Slinky. You were so sweet. He's just the best little boy. He does not get to go along with us on the trip. So first we're going to talk about the tickets. And for us, we have Magic Keys, which is the new annual pass holder thing. We have the Enchant Key, which gives us 4 days of reservations. And you need to choose the park that you start at because you can't park hop till 1 p.m. So there's a lot of planning that's involved with that. Because you have to know like which day you want to start at which park. You need to coordinate everything. Yeah, so there's a two-prong to it. One which is getting the tickets, one which is making the reservations. And thank goodness we made our reservations. It was just after the September trip. Yeah. Like we got back. And made them pretty quickly. Yeah, and we were like, let's get this on the calendar. And thank God we did that because the reservations have been difficult to get. So very difficult. The only thing we didn't do was think too much about which park we wanted to start at. So when we did all of our reservations, we did all of them for Disneyland. Or starting at Disneyland, I should say. Which is fine. But there is one day that we're going to be there that we would have rather started at California Adventure so that we could have brunch at Lamplight Lounge. So that was kind of what you're saying about you need to map out and think about your days. But it is stressful because unless you want to risk possibly losing days or not being able to get the days you want, you do have to make them early. So it's a lot of thinking ahead, which is a little stressful. Yeah, a lot of planning. It's not like back 2019 and before. Yeah. You can fly by the seat of your pants a little bit more then. Yeah. So yeah, we've got the reservations and the tickets, the two parts. Another component that we dealt with, and Andy did a lot, was the dining reservations. Yeah. So to ensure that you get the restaurant you want, you need to book. What we did was book out 60 days in advance at 3 a.m. Yeah, so I woke up a little before 3 a.m. 4 days in a row, so that each day that I woke up was, 60 days in advance of whatever day we would be there, and we would try to think ahead of like, let's try to get these specific restaurants, because certain ones are easy, you can get them almost like the same day, I imagine, but other ones book out really far in advance, and like especially we wanted to do Blue Bayou, or I wanted to do Blue Bayou. Yeah, we wanted that. Yeah, because Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite ride. Yeah. So I woke up at 3, and within seconds, I would say within 2 minutes, realistically, the reservations are gone. So they open up at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So I had to wake up at 3 in order to get those reservations. So I did that 4 days in a row. Right. And you actually learned to wake up about 5 minutes before 3 a.m. Right. So that you'd be fully awake and alert and have the app open and ready to go to book those dining reservations. So that was pretty intense. And it worked. We got pretty much everything we wanted, I think. Yeah. So the day that we arrive, we're going to have dinner at the Grand California Hotel Craftsman Bar. Right. So there's like the bar and the grill. Last time we did, I think, what's called the grill, which is the indoor quick service. And then that's the grill, right? And then the bar is where the outside portion where they have table service. Right. It's so funny because it's the same name. Anyways, we're gonna go to the outside portion that has table service for dinner the day we arrive. I'm just gonna go through these reservations. Yeah. So the next day we have breakfast at Carnation Cafe. Whoop, whoop. I think that's one of the more in-demand ones. Yes, exactly. So we're excited. The only thing is the menus, are really small and kind of limited at places. It's not like what the old menus used to be. So, but I think I'm going to get a Mickey waffle there. I don't know what I'm going to get. Okay. Okay. We might be twins. We might both get Mickey waffles. Yeah. Oh, we have our shirts on. We didn't even mention it. Hang on. Mine that says his Ellie, yours that says her Carl. And then you've got your Joy Depot reservation that afternoon. Right. to go make a droid, and we're not doing Savvy's workshop. You don't want to do a lightsaber.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, and then dinner at Blue Bayou.
Yep.
So that'll be really exciting. I think Andy's gonna really enjoy it. You can smell the water. You can smell the pirates' water.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a good one for you. The next day, breakfast. I feel like, I'm not totally sure if we're gonna do this, but we have breakfast booked at Storytellers Cafe, which is nice because it's just downstairs, because we're staying at the Grand Californian Hotel. We didn't even mention that. Oh my god, that's like a huge part of this trip. Is that we're staying on site at the Fancy Pants Hotel. We got a Magic Key discount, but the rooms are still crazy. Anyways, yeah, breakfast at Storytellers, but I might want to cancel it and go to Tangaroa Terrace to get that toast, like the Tonga toast type of thing. I think they call it Tangaroa toast here, but at Walt Disney World it's Tonga toast.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure about that breakfast. We have lunch at Carthay Circle Lounge, which is the alfresco outdoor dining. And that looks pretty tasty to me. That menu looks good. We could do like little appetizers, and the desserts look good too. And then dinner at Trader Sam's. And I want to get that Nutcracker Tiki mug. They have a holiday Nutcracker Tiki mug.
Yeah.
I really hope they have it in stock so we can get it. And then get the poo-poo platter and try all kinds of yummy foods, non-alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
I know that they serve some of that, so it'll be neat because we haven't even checked out the Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah,
so
I've never been over there.
Hopefully we can walk around, walk through the hotel, see what the pools look like.
Yeah, I'm sure
kind of get acquainted with that hotel.
Right, yeah.
Right. And then the next day, that's the day we need to try to change the park reservations because we want to have the brunch at Lamplight Lounge, which is in DCA, but our reservations for the day starts at Disneyland. So we want to try to switch parks so that we can go to Lamplight Lounge.
And we're hoping that the Grand Californian staff can help us with that. Yeah,
that they can help us switch our reservations.
Because there's different reservation, they call them buckets, I think. And right now we're under a Magic Key bucket for our specific pass. And then there's a general, like if you don't have a pass and you just buy a ticket, you're in a different bucket. There's also a hotel bucket. So we're hoping if we ask the hotel staff to help us shift our reservation to start at start at a California Adventure, that they'll be able to tap into reservations that we don't have access to on our own. I've tried calling Disneyland, the helpline, 3 times, and each time I was told no by a different department. So our last hope for that is to talk to the Grand California staff in person while we're there. So that's what we're hoping for. I think we've got a decent chance at that.
I think they'll totally be able to help us.
I think so too. Yeah.
We want that brunch at Lamplight.
Yeah, because that's another very in demand. Because brunch is only offered on Fridays and Saturdays.
And Sundays. Yeah,
so
it's weekends.
It already limits you when you can actually have brunch at Lamplight.
Yeah.
And it's another more popular reservation to get. So that was another one I needed to make sure I woke up at 3 a.m. for.
Actually, I did that one. Did you? You did the first 3 days. I did the last day.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yep.
But still.
Because you didn't want me to have to wake up early.
Yeah, because you already woke up early enough.
Yeah, I remember.
You did so many days.
Yeah.
And then another thing on my list for that day is to try to get the candy cane beignets at Jazz Kitchen Express.
Yeah.
And then we leave the next morning.
Right, yeah. So we don't have any reservations that day.
Yeah, for the day we leave.
Yeah.
So that's the dining reservation scenario. We may adjust it. We may change things because it's a lot of sit down, like table service, and we tend to like to kind of go on the flow and do what we want, and get what we want when we want, you know, just kind of like do more of what do we feel like, you know? So we might adjust some of these reservations. You can cancel them the night before without penalty.
Right.
So some supplies we bought for our big honeymoon. We actually didn't do too much shopping. We both got, what are they called? Ultra Boost? Ultra Boost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna boost you up. We both got these Adidas Ultra Boost shoes from Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm breaking mine in so they don't look super clean anymore. The weird thing is that the tongue doesn't separate. It's all one part of the shoe and has this big, like, kind of monster looking heel. But everyone says these are supposed to be super comfy.
Yeah. There's
a Disneyland subreddit and everyone was talking about them. Do you want me to show your shoes or no? Because they have grass.
They have grass on them, but...
And he's got his Ultra Boost breaking them in. Yeah, there's a Disneyland subreddit and people are talking about how these shoes are like so amazing. So we were like, let's get these Ultra Boosts. Got them on sale from Dick's Sporting Goods. And we're hoping that they're worth it. So we got new shoes because it's a lot of walking. I got a bathing suit, a really cute, like, what would you call it? I would call it like a Hollywood retro bathing suit. Super cute. It's by Esther Williams. It's a blue, like a sapphire blue. Kind of matches the ring a little bit. It has ruching, which is very flattering on the tummy. And it kind of has like this little panel at the bottom. I don't know. It's just very cute and flattering. And then you can tie it around your neck. So I'm looking forward to that bathing suit. And that was about it. Like, we didn't have any big purchases. The ears, yes. Oh, the ears. Yeah, I got these mini bridal ears in the mail to prepare for the trip.
After much delay.
Yes, Shop Disney is not my fave right now. It's kind of difficult dealing with them.
Yeah.
Trying to get items and supply chain issues and everything is just such a challenge right now.
Yeah.
The other thing we did was get our vaccine boosters.
Yeah.
That was a prep for the trip.
Well,
life.
I mean, we would have gotten them anyway.
We totally would have done it anyways, just to be as safe and prepared as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and we both mixed vaccines because I did Pfizer for my original 2, Moderna for the booster, you did Moderna for your first 2, and then Pfizer for your booster.
Right.
So we're all mixed up. And we've got our boosters, so prepared to be around people. Yeah, I did not order cute shirts or anything like that. I've just had so much beef with Shop Disney lately. Yeah. Like, I had these I had 2 shorts I had ordered before the the September trip. And then they arrived in poor conditions with like rips and not looking good.
There was like a sticky thing on it.
Yeah, and the customer service, they didn't really care. They were like, thanks for letting us know, bye.
Right, yeah.
So shirts and stuff from their website, like not the best quality. And then my recent orders were just a mess from Shop Disney, and thank God these arrived, and some of Andy's Christmas gifts arrived, not all. Just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan right now. And then the other thing is that we've got a family member to help watch the house. Thank you. Keeping an eye on the babies and keeping everyone safe and happy and well fed. Yeah, so we got the house sitter taken care of. So we are super grateful to have the chance to stay at the Grand Californian Hotel, which is this amazing, beautiful on-site property. It is attached to California Adventure. It has its own little private entrance to California Adventure, which we briefly used before. You don't actually have to be a hotel guest to slip in and out of there. Yeah. But it's really like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to stay at this hotel. So we're going big. We're staying at that Fancy Pants Hotel for the honeymoon, and we are very grateful for this opportunity. So some of the great perks of staying on site right now is really staying kind of in the magic at that Disney hotel, having that entrance to DCA, and then also having that hotel bucket for reservations. A lot of the perks that usually come with staying on site have been paused ever since COVID. I kind of have a long list of stuff, so if anyone wants to know about all this stuff that is sadly no longer available, it's a list. There's no early morning magic hour, which means you can get into one of the parks 1 hour early in the morning. You can't do that. There's no room service, like with food getting delivered to your room from the hotel. You can order, I believe, from downtown Disney restaurants, and they'll deliver to the front desk, but otherwise there's no...
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they're still doing that. I think so.
Yeah.
But there's no like, hey, I want to get breakfast delivered to my room. You can't do that. The housekeeping is still pretty much paused. I understand you can request it, and I think we might request it halfway through because we'll be there for 4 nights, and it'd be nice to just have like clean sheets or towels, maybe at one point during the trip. We'll see. We're usually pretty good at taking our own trash out and kind of keeping the room clean ourselves. We're used to it now. Something that did kind of bum me out is that you can't do the in-room celebrations. which is something I would have wanted to do for us, where you pay to have like your room decorated when you arrive, so you could do like a whole romance package, or I don't think we do that, or like a holiday, like kind of Christmassy package where they decorate your room, because I love doing that at the Hilton for your birthday. 2 years ago when we went to Universal, because we had the birthday sign and the balloons and the chocolate covered strawberries. I think that'd be really fun to like surprise you with something, but we can't, so there's no surprise in the room.
That's fine.
There's something I would have wanted to do, which is called it's a hotel tour called Art of the Craft, and they take you around the hotel for like an hour and you learn about the architecture and the design, inspiration, and the whole arts and crafts movement and style that inspired the hotel, which I think would have been pretty cool. But that is no longer offered. They had some other stuff that I would never do, which is like early morning yoga in DCA. That's cool though. If you're like a yoga exercise person, you could do it in the parks. And then they did an early morning, very fast walk through DCA. And you had to, kind of cool. And you had to be guest at the Grand Californian to do either of those, but they stopped those. They used to do free morning coffee at the Hearthstone Cafe. They don't do that anymore. Just drip coffee. I think they used to help you make dining reservations, but I'm not sure that they do that anymore. Maybe they do it for concierge guests or someone fancy like that. Definitely not for us. They used to include robes and slippers in the room. Nowadays you can ask for it, because I wouldn't ask for robes, because we need to put them on and feel like grown-up people who wear robes, you know.
Alright, we can do that.
And then like take a picture, take a selfie, and it'll say Grand Californian on the robe. So I totally wouldn't ask for a robe. 2 robes.
Sure.
So that's the plan. Another big like negative for me is that they don't do the package delivery from the parks. So if Andy went and bought 2 or 3 lightsabers, who could imagine that?
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do that? At Doc Ondar's, they would usually be able to deliver it to your hotel, so you don't have to carry it, because that's a big bag. And like, if you just go buy stuff and then you want to go on rides, or you just don't want to haul it around all day, they used to be able to deliver it to your hotel. I don't know if they deliver it to the front desk or to your room, but that's something they used to offer that they don't do anymore. So
you can still drop stuff off. The only place we've ever done it is in Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars area. You can drop stuff off in, like, I don't know what the store's called, but it's like the first order supply store or something like that.
They'll hold it.
Yeah, and they'll hold it for you, and then you can do whatever you want. You can come back and pick up your stuff. And I think that they will drop it off at the front of the park for you. I can't remember though.
I don't think so.
They took that away too?
I don't think they'll do that. They just hold it within that land. That's my understanding, is they'll do a package hold within the land. I don't think they move anything for us.
So yeah, you still got to carry all your stuff yourself.
Schlep our things around. Overall, there's still, you know, amazing perks to staying on site.
The location alone is the biggest perk.
Exactly. Being able to pop in and out of DCA or zip over to Disneyland, and to not have that walk from Residence Inn or the other hotel that we stayed at. Just because... Hotel Indigo. Just because you get so many steps in at the park, like 25,000, 30,000 steps at the park, and you do not want to do any extra steps than you need to do.
By the time you get back to the front of the park and you're leaving the actual park, you still have a 10 to 15 minute walk back to the hotel, at least from where we've stayed. You know, I'm sure there's obviously there's hotels closer that are like right across the street and stuff, but we've never stayed there. So this is by far the closest, it's the closest you can stay. It's the most convenient location. So that's the biggest perk for me, is it's going to be a little more relaxing, a little bit more enjoyable, because we just won't have to walk as much. We'll walk a lot already by the nature of being there, but we'll save that 10 to 15 minute walk, especially because we take breaks. So we would make that walk back and forth to the hotel
multiple times,
like 3 times. So we're saving like an hour of walking, which makes a difference.
It'll be great.
I think it'll be a lot nicer.
So overall, what are you looking forward to the most for the honeymoon at Disneyland?
The food. What, do you want me to be more specific, or?
No, just what are you looking forward to the most?
No, staying at the Grand Californian is definitely going to be one of the highlights, because it's the only time we're actually going to justify the cost to ourselves. it's very expensive. Like, but it's our honeymoon, so we're able to justify the cost of staying there. At least just this once.
Just this one time. And then back to the Marriott.
back to the discount. But that's going to be a huge perk. And I love like woodworking stuff, and the whole hotel is built in like a arts and crafts style like you were talking about. So it looks handcrafted. A lot of it I'm sure isn't, but it looks like a woodworker's giant mansion
Fantasy.
kind of place. Yeah. So
we'll get to walk around the hotel,
cool.
get familiar, look at all the details, really absorb and notice the little details.
Yeah. And the Christmas decorations are up, so that's going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, including in the Grand Californian. They have a giant tree in Disneyland. I don't know if DCA does a tree.
I think they have a tree too. I think each park has one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they have a giant one in the lobby of the Grand Californian too, which will be really cool.
Yeah, it'll be beautiful and special and memorable. And there might be some challenges like reduced menus or not being able to find all the lightsabers you want or the cool stuff I might want, but it's okay. We'll just be grateful for what we can do and what we can find.
Yeah.
And try to have a positive attitude about it.
What are you looking forward to most? The food?
Kind of the food, but also staying so close really I think will make a big difference.
Yeah.
I kind of have a vision in my head of actually laying out by the pool, reading a book, and ordering drinks and food.
While I'm at the park.
Yes. We have our own visions for this honeymoon. I want to chill out, relax, do nothing. And he's like, let's go. But then like having like, you know, enjoying what we want to at times, sometimes separately, and then getting back together and doing things we both want to do, like dining and walking around and having special moments, being able to enjoy the parks at night. Typically we're back in the room like after 6 o'clock, we're done,
we're exhausted.
So being really close will be nice because we can go and see the like snow, the little fake snow along Main Street.
All the decorations lit up
at night,
which will be really nice.
Yeah, like along Main Street and Cars Land and all the different areas, just seeing the parks at night.
Right. Knowing we don't have that long walk just to even get to the park, and then a long walk back will, I think, keep us more inclined or more motivated to actually go back into the parks at night and see everything that they have.
Yeah, I think that'll be really neat actually, is having those special moments in the evening, just like looking around and reflecting and appreciating it. And seeing all the pretty details, because we've really wanted to go at Christmas time. Yeah. And that's kind of part of the reason why the honeymoon is a year and a half delayed. Is that we wanted to go at Christmas and they were closed last Christmas. So. Right. Yeah, so anyways, we're going to have a good time, a special time, and appreciate it. We'll miss the babies a lot. Miss the kiddos so much. But yeah, so we'll be vlogging our honeymoon, showing bits of it. Probably posting some on Instagram. So the next time I see you, we'll be heading off to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining in, and see you later.